Hello, 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 and welcome. Oh my goodness, have I missed the stream? You take one day off on a Sunday and you feel like it's been a year since the last time you've been live. It's crazy how that's working. I hope everyone's had a great start to their week. It is Monday, September 29th, and we are getting into it today. We are going to go back into the world of Death Stranding. Alright, I am so stoked to get back into this game with you guys. What is up, everybody? Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are back in the world of Goop, dude. Couldn't be more excited to be hanging out today. This is quickly turning into my favorite part of the day. I woke up this morning, went to the gym, hit the cold plunge, hit the steam room, hit the weights, hit the run. Yesterday I ran a bunch of miles, so I'm actually feeling pretty good. I was feeling a little out of my element, having babysat the pupperino. Things just kind of get out of whack, of course, with that. And now I'm fully feeling back. And then, of course, funny thing is I'm going out of town on Saturday, so things will probably be out of whack then as well. Haven't figured out what I'm gonna do for the streams, but we're gonna make it work. Today, obviously, we're going back into the world of Death Stranding. Let's see. Stories on TikTok are kind of whack, huh? Let's see here. I don't get to do links and stories on TikTok. Why? All good, all good, all good. All right, we have posted, we've informed people. All right, let's do it. All right, I'm just getting set up, guys. Just want to say what's up. Thank you so much for joining me today. We're getting warmed up. We're getting warmed in. We are heading into the game Death Stranding, and we'll see how it goes. Okay, I am pretty sure my camera's a little jerked up here. Let's see. I don't know how much of me you need, but it is pulling, so let's fix that. Let's see here. All right, how's that? Can't see the mic. That's really all that matters. We like to have a little bit of more production value here where we don't show our shit. I can also do a background removal on the chair, but I figured that kind of kills the you know, the look here. So let's go ahead and pull up the stream on my iPad just so I can keep an eye on what it's looking like on your guys' end. I can monitor sound and things of that nature. Let's see here. All right, we've had a lot of fun over the weekend. What is Daryl? I dare you to try to redeem that a second time. All right, so if I'm watching it on here, how come I can't see the chat? It's got to be a button. Oh, there we go. Sweet. All right, dude. Which one? Talking about VIP. I glanced at it briefly. Let's see. Do I watch? Should I read it off stream, or do you want to go over it now? I can look at it real quick. Mondays are crazy for me. So I didn't take any action. Forgive me. Let me see. How do I even see whispers, bro? There we go. The VIP badges, absolutely. All right, will do. I got to remember. Thank you for the heads up. I got to remember to do that. For sure. We will get into it. And let's do it. We got through the first break, ad break and all that, so I'm just gonna hit continue here, and we're just gonna start playing some Death Stranding, man. All right. In the corpus, you can review the story so far, examine terminology, check the controls, and browse gameplay tips. The corpus is divided into various tabs. Use L1 and R1 to cycle between them. All right. So, having rebuilt the UCA, Sam and Lou are living a quiet, reclusive life close to the Mexican border. One day, Sam's old friend Fragile pays a visit and asks Sam to connect Mexico to the chiral network by trekking out to a research lab where Dead Man is waiting for him. Sam leaves Lou in Fragile's care and sets off to deliver a chiral network gateway to his first destination, Ciudad Nudo del Norte. So that is what we are up to, truly. Dope. And in order to do that, let's see here. Why does this feel kind of low res? Let me see here. Is it looking clear on your end, brother? Performance mode, probably, but okay. We'll just get to it. So what we did before, the last time we were playing, so this is the very beginning of the game. Last time we did this, we made it through the intro, we left the apartment, which is right behind us, and that's it. So now what we had done is we've drawn a path to follow. We have to get through this danger zone all the way over to Ciudad Nudo del Norte. So let's just trek off and see what we could see, dude. I got the clip button handy. Hopefully we can get some clips and hang out a little bit. First thing I'm noticing right off the bat is just the clarity, the crispness, the lighting. We are so back in Death Stranding 2. So this is actually really cool. This ability to draw out our path, I don't believe existed in the first one. This gives us a much cleaner and clearer picture of where we are going, rather than this like hopeless sense of wander, which is part of the game. I mean, that is awesome, but I do like following this cool little path that we draw, you know? All right. Looks like we have a handgun. Sweet. We've got an assault rifle and a handgun. Dope. And we have some blood bag. That blood bag is going to get us our health back in the event that we lose some health. And then, yeah, we can pee, which plays into the story and mechanics, actually, believe it or not. And, then we, yeah, sweet. We have the life of our boots, if you will, on the bottom left in that little meter. Oftentimes we need to replace the boots when they get out of commission, so that's part of it. One of the talking points of this game is that it is a walking simulator, and even as a giant fan of this game, it's really hard to deny that, because we do a lot of walking, which is kind of part of it. We're just out here having a nice stroll, chilling, having a relaxing time until we come up to this area that looks like it is full of danger. Alright, let's get down here safely. Oh, what do we see here? Alright, looks like there's some trouble afoot. Let's handle this. So this very much plays like Metal Gear Solid in a lot of ways, which is awesome. It's definitely stealth, high impact combat. You can go in guns blazing, but your chances of survival goes down significantly. I'm currently only seeing those 3, but I have a hunch there are more, so we're just gonna go slow. Okay, so this is not what I thought it was. Okay, so I was gonna use this to climb down. Let's see. We could try. That'll do it for us. Ah, and then I just fell anyways. Well, someone will get some use out of that. Oh, shit. Well, not the most graceful entrance to our encounter here. So R1 to crouch. Definitely got some concealment in tall grass. We love games that conceal us in tall grass. I really do enjoy that mechanic. It doesn't get old. I think it's really fun. Now let's go ahead and slowly and systematically get rid of all of these enemies. Ghost, I hope you've had a good day, dude. How did your big stream go with your outfit? I don't know what time you went on. I was looking at your looking for notifications. I did not end up seeing one. I was really bummed. I woke up Sunday morning. I did not catch it. Alright, so we're gonna Garrett this guy. Got him. Sweet, right? Then we take his goodies and we move forward. Awesome. 17 concurrent is dope, dude. That might be your new baseline. Please tell me you got some clips out of the outfit. Wants to hold breath. Yeah, I don't see many people here, so... Okay, there's an unmarked. There you go. I swear, that's the most time-consuming shit, man. I admittedly went through clips quite a bit today. What I'm trying to do, I gotta load up enough to be posting 5 times a day through this week and through next week and into the following week because of how I am traveling. Got him! How dope is the stealth in this game? Where was this other guy, I wonder? I mean, we really are kind of just passing through. I don't need to murk everybody, but we're gonna send a message, you know? Look at the way that he brushes the grass around with his hands. That's so sick. Really cool. I feel like the only time we get disappointed with stuff like that goes is when we start putting expectations on it, you know what I mean? Like, I'm arranging the cargo right now because if your cargo gets lopsided or off kilter, it can create balance issues for you. So I make sure to manage that in real time. But yeah, sorry to hear it didn't hit expectations, man, but good on you for creating a community challenge, encouraging people to complete that challenge, and then holding up your end of the deal by dressing in a cool costume. Like, there's a lot of wins, I think, to celebrate that, you know what I mean? It wants me to do the organization, I guess. Auto arrange, offload. Cool. Got the tooltip off of there. A lot of wins there is what I'm trying to say, Ghost, even though it didn't hit the markers you were hoping for. Best thing you could do, I guess, is get content out of it so it feels like a dub in that regard, you know? Get other people interested in the type of fun stuff you're up to, and then next time you do it, there should be more people. Alright, so I'm trying to just get over here real quick. Oh! Well, that's not good. I really wanted to get up and over there. Looks like we're... Yeah, I can't be trapped. Glow in the dark stream, how do we even do one of those? I'm intrigued and I don't even know what it is, so you got something going there. Alright, I'm gonna do a better job of getting on the part of the bridge that I want to get on. Even if it kills me, apparently. Enemy spotted us. Well, come get me then, fool. We have an electric rod. We will use it too, without prejudice. Glow sticks, glowing accessories, ecstasy, strobe lights. Oh, when you trip like that, you gotta grab onto your the left and right side. So what we're doing now is we're leaving the chiral network. The one of the underlying points of the whole game is that we have to travel to these locations. Once I'm trying, my map goes this way. Unknown locations and connect them to essentially the internet. It's called the chiral network, and it allows people to share resources and information and research and things like that, right? So, oh god, I'm gonna get popped so hard. So my guy continuously is falling to the left, so clearly I'm not balanced very well. I don't know if you can tell that. But let's go ahead and take a look here. There we go. So this right here, let's put this. I don't remember how to do that. There we go. That should load me up a little bit more evenly. Now there's a crazy storm going on, and another thing about Death Stranding 2 versus 1 is the extreme weather that you'll encounter. They take it to a whole new level in this one. And as you can see, we're dealing with some pretty treacherous stuff right now. That might have been part of why I was struggling. Wind is pushing me to the left. Oh. Ah. We never want to fall. We're professional porters after all. Man, this... Just like in real life, this weather is deadly, but absolutely gorgeous. We're just powering through this treacherous environment. You can see the accumulation of sand on all of my items and things like that. That causes wear and tear on the transport, on the things that you are transporting between places. It's wild. Hopefully this storm clears up here pretty soon. Alright, the storm's passing. Holy moly, we made it through. Ooh. We can scan here and see that this water is not overly deep, so we should be able to get through no problem. We just grip it and move forward. We're about to get to our destination, which is super sick. And we'll further the story. I love that I walked through water. Now my lower body has been completely cleaned of dirt and debris. These things over here are interesting. These are little larvae that we eat for energy. Feels like eventually the human race will be onto that. Alright, hold up, hold up. I'm trying to capture them, but they might have all gone. It said capture initially. Whatever, we'll move on. What can you do? If you're just joining me, thank you so much for coming by today on this beautiful Monday. We are playing the game Death Stranding 2 on PlayStation 5 Pro. We are walking through the wilds of Mexico currently, at the very beginning of the game, looking to establish a network connection between this place and the place from whence we came. Thank you for joining me on this adventure, and we're going to get through this together, guys. We just made it through a crazy storm. Oh, we just got a picture. So we left Lou with Fragile, and she just sent us a picture on the social media. And I can mash this to like it a bunch. And there you go. I like. How nice of her. As I walk through, I had retired from being a porter, by the way. At the start of this game, Fragile came by and said, only us, only we are capable of connecting the chiral network here in Mexico. It's a lot of mashing, but we wanna do a lot of likes. Sam's dirty as hell. Let's get in, we'll shower up. Alright, we get to use our Cupid to connect the chiral network. Let's do it. I did a bad job because we fell a bunch of times, but look at the beautiful textures on this. It's so gorgeous. You see the dents in the box and everything? We fell during that walk. My bad.
You must be Sam. It can't have been easy to come this far south. You're here to bring us onto the chiral network, right? Ah, that's a relief.
Can you guys hear all right?
Dispose of corpses properly once you've got us online. That'll be one less thing for our residents to worry about. Anyway, I believe you have some cargo for me, yes?
I do. We gotta, it has to be earned. We definitely will. All right, we're up to a star and a half. There we go. Hopefully that helps. Sweet. So these people were operating without a chiral network connection. And now we're using our Cupid to connect them to the chiral network, which is essentially the internet, so they can share data and information and research, and they can get all the research from us, and everyone can work together to make a better humanity. All right. This recaps our journey. And now that we've connected this location with the chiral network, as you can see, our map of coverage is expanded. That allows us to use our equipment and other things. So on top of getting them connected with the rest of us, we are now able to use our stuff as well, which is super helpful. And when we level up each base, they give us new stuff. So we just got a machine gun. And then, of course, we have an overall porter grade that grows over time, and it shows what we specialize in. Porter grade increased. Congratulations. Sweet. Moving forward.
Chiral network connection confirmed. And now we can begin fabricating the latest corpse disposal equipment. Until recently, we've been dealing with our dead by burying them in tar, but that solution was growing untenable. We should be okay moving forward. I really can't thank you enough. You must be exhausted after your long journey. We've prepared a private room for your exclusive use. There are countless dangers in these parts. You should rest until you're fully recovered. Don't push on until you're ready. Please, stay here before you set out again.
Yeah, so we're gonna ask the question, but I don't know if you caught that, but in this game, if you kill somebody, what happens is their spirit, or like a spirit can embody their body, and it comes back and it can become a real nuisance. And if you kill a lot of people, they can gang up and haunt an entire area. So, proper body disposal is extremely important in the game. That's why the majority of the things that we do are non-lethal, but there are opportunities to actually kill. But once you do, you gotta like load up your truck full of the bodies and dispose of them. Otherwise, an entire area can become overrun. Let's see here.
Well, our corpse disposal problem is no longer an issue thanks to you. But there's nothing we can do to get rid of the BT area we created. Fear of BTs and damage from timefall and chiralium exposure will continue to be a concern. And let's not forget about the bandits willing to attack travelers and facilities. But so long as we remain connected to the network, we'll have access to new tools and technologies to help combat these threats. You brought us more than a connection to the outside. You brought us hope.
Oh, hold on here. How do I make someone a VIP? Can you remind me how to do that? Hold on. Slash. There we go.
As I mentioned before, we've been taking them to a nearby tar pit and dropping them in. Unfortunately, we took it too far. And it wasn't long before the whole pit turned into a BT area. In trying to prevent the emergence of BTs, we ended up facilitating their creation. And with the constant timefall in the vicinity, chiral contamination has only grown worse. All these problems have contributed to an increased suicide rate, which in turn has resulted in even more bodies that we've had no way to dispose of properly.
It's a huge problem.
Thanks to the chiral network, we can now fabricate the corpse disposal facilities that we lack. Everything's going to be all right.
All right. So now we're learning a little bit of the lore surrounding bodies and how big of a problem it can be with body disposal.
By the time you wake up, it should be good to go. You'll just need to access the delivery terminal here. I hope I can count on you.
That's funny. My side account, Moonboots, is watching ads right now. That sucks. Now we're entering into our private room for the first time, which is a really cool, like, chill space. And you'll see some of the cool bits about it.
Welcome, Sam.
Welcome to the bedroom.
Please relax and enjoy your stay.
I'm gonna use markers instead of actually clipping from here on. Mm-hmm. Sweet, so we are in the bedroom right now. This is our private space. We have the ability to customize the walls and things of that nature, and we can use the toilet and shower, which we need to do. As you can see, we're covered in sand. The crazy thing is, when you shower, it collects the fluids that come off of your body into grenades that help you dispel the BBs. The bodies. I'm kind of blanking on what the bodies are called. The spirits, we'll call them for now. Dang it. So I'm showered clean. Let's see here. We can sleep. Okay, so it's restricting our abilities for now. Looks like we can only sleep. Generally, you can customize. You can look at yourself in the mirror. We can customize our gear and things of that nature, but it looks like it really wants us just to sleep, so I'm going to do that for now. We'll play along. That's our baby Lou. All right, baby Lou. No bow and arrows. You're thinking of Horizon Zero Dawn, I think. Every single cutscene in this game is bonkers.
Lou.
Are you alright? If you're worried about Lou, don't be. I'll admit, this stuff is pretty new to me, but the app has been a big help. Figuring out why a baby's crying.
Look at how
getting
gorgeous
the
these
milk
graphics
just
are.
warm enough. It's had the perfect advice for every situation.
Hi.
So, how does it feel to be back in the saddle?
Works same as it ever was. It's the first time I've been away from Lou.
We're fine. Trust me. Just focus on the road, okay?
Yeah.
Blood volume and stamina at optimal levels. No irregularities detected at this time.
All right, now we can play around in our room a little bit. We can customize our backpack and our look. We can change the screen here. These are all screenshots from my previous playthrough. Oh, that's not good. Probably. That would contain spoilers, probably. Oh no, this is actually just from this. Okay. Well, if we're missing our baby, what we'd put on their screen, probably. Probably that, right? Definitely gonna put some sunglasses on. Sweet. Those are a little off. Definitely gonna wear a hat that says, "Why me?" Just in case anyone's wondering if I'm enjoying myself. Sweet. Let's do it. Not a lot of customizations, I'd imagine, so far.
Feature has been made available for use.
So yes, we can fabricate things for the backpack. The only thing we can do right now is patches. I know because I've played through this before that eventually all your patches go away anyways because you're jamming this backpack with as many items as possible. You can increase your load capacity, your balance, and a number of other things, your ammo capacity. So you start out in the game, you're like, cool, patches, and you put a bunch of patches, and then pretty soon they're gone anyways. And then we have the ability to change the color of our suit eventually, but probably not yet. And so yeah, we're gonna go ahead and just exit our room and go from there. And then there is actually a weapons testing area, which is pretty sick. Also, if we look at his wiener, he's gonna cover it up probably. I saw that happen on social media. Maybe it's too early for some of these Easter eggs though. yeah, I'm not going to sit here like a weirdo or anything. I'll show you guys the weapons range, which is actually super sick. There's a full, like, VR testing suite. It's awesome. Fundamentals, combat training program. Pretty sick. Sure. Sweet. Now we're in their VR training facility. And we have various challenges and things like that and different guns that we can do. We can spawn different guns, we can do different systems, pick up all these different weapons that we have available to us, things of that nature, but clearly what I'm seeing is we don't have any of that unlocked. We are kind of jumping the gun here, to be honest, so. But just to show you what we have available to us, let's see. Very cool. That's available to us at any of our bedrooms, which is super duper sick. All right, let's continue on the mission here and get to it. This is the slow burn opening, but this game gets mind-blowing. Completely otherworldly. I gotta turn my AC down, which is cool. Finally getting to the part of the year where less air is required to stay comfortable out here. That's great. Alright, so now we need to take on a main order at the terminal.
Good morning, Sam. Did you have a good rest?
I did.
We're already making progress in addressing the corpse disposal situation here.
Wonderful.
Once again, I've got to thank you for that.
No problem.
If you
Anything I can do to
access
help?
the delivery terminal, you'll find that you can fabricate equipment for yourself now too.
Yes, I
We
can.
have some materials on hand here that you can use to make supplies for your journey. Take as much as you need.
Thank you.
Now, we don't have all the same schematics in Mexico that you have access to in the UCA. But as you link up more facilities to increase chiral network bandwidth and improve your connection level with the locals, we should be able to share all kinds of new data with you, expanding your fabrication options further. I heard that you're planning to extend chiral network coverage to the south, down as far as that research facility. So go ahead and pick up the order I posted for you. I'll explain the finer details of the mission while you look at the map provided by ABAS.
Sweet. So we got our orders to take on. Let's see what we can fabricate at this point. New boots. Absolutely. So container spray allows us to reduce the damage that we've inflicted. So we'll do one of those, maybe 2 blood bags. And we already have our weapons, and our boots are going to be fine for a little while. But I will do a climbing anchor and a ladder. And we'll call it good there. Alright, so then we just put all this on our back. And then we go to... oh, no. We go to our backpack. And we hit auto arrange, and it spreads it out for us, so everything is even when we're walking. It's going to make it a lot easier for us to get around if it's not lopsided. Sweet. So let's go ahead and take an order and get the heck out of here. We have to deliver 1 or more remote medical units to Villa Libre. Sweet. And it looks like we're going to pass through a problem area there.
Next destination is Villa Libre. The people there don't have enough medical equipment to meet their needs.
Well, we
If
got
you
them.
bring them this delivery, you'll be sure to earn their trust. Timefall is coming down hard in this area. Cargo containers that are exposed to timefall will begin to degrade. If you
Here's something
carry
cool.
container repair spray with you, you can use it to mitigate these effects before it becomes a problem. Keep an eye out for the rivers and bandit camps in the area too. Hazards like these can make your life much harder. On your way to Villa Libre, you might pass a post box we built. We left behind some spare equipment in its shared locker.
Sweet.
If you see it, take a look inside. Everything is yours to use as you deem fit. There should be materials in there too, enough to fabricate something if you like. Also, if you have any extra equipment, you can use the box to donate it to other people.
Cool. So there's a storage box. They put some stuff in the box.
So what do you think? Have enough information?
Yes, I do.
Take your
Okay,
time
cool.
to finalize your route.
Little wordy, brother. Okay, so there's a bandit camp here. That's gonna be super dangerous. So what we can do is go right through it and be super sneaky and take everyone out, or we could walk across and avoid them completely. What I'm gonna do is the most direct path because I'm feeling particularly sneaky. And along the way, we can utilize the dropped equipment here and stop here at the post box to get additional pieces of equipment. And then all we gotta do is, so this is our starting place. So we're gonna go from here. We're gonna go here. And then all we gotta do is kind of pay attention to the topology of the map. So we're gonna bust right through it. We're gonna go all the way up through here. We're gonna stop at that box. And then we're gonna make our way through this lower area. And then sometimes it does that. All right, cool. That's gonna be our route. Beautiful. All right, we got this. Let's do it.
This order calls for some pretty hefty cargo to be sure. But
That stuff's
don't
heavy.
forget to take into account all the other extras you'll so think carefully about your loadout.
Yes,
Run
absolutely.
out of stamina
All right, so we're gonna have some heavy-ish on us.
Make all necessary preparations for your delivery. When everything...
We're ready to rock. All right, so we got our preparations, we got our gear, we've got our container spray, we can fabricate equipment, we've got the stuff for our mission, and we've drawn our route. So by now, we are good to go. One thing I want to check, I want to see if there happens to be something in the garage this early. I don't believe we even have access to that. But oftentimes, so one of the cool things about this game is that there's a multiplayer aspect to it where along our route, eventually as it opens up, we'll start to see items and vehicles and things like that that people have left along the way to help us. So it starts to feel like a community experience in a certain way, which is really awesome. Okay, so I don't see that they're facility storage. Okay, so all right, no cars by design, I'd imagine. So what I'm gonna do, since we got such a heavy backpack, I'm gonna go into the cargo management. I'm gonna hit auto arrange, make sure everything's as balanced as possible. And we're gonna get to it. That is right. So we're gonna have ourselves quite a journey with this level of heavy stuff. And like he said, okay, so that's what I wanted to say. Timefall. This here is rain, but look at this. If this rain touches anything, it ages it dramatically. So if it touches your skin, you will turn old, and it can quickly erode the quality of your containers. It's madness. So here we go, y'all. From The Walking Dead to the walking rain, dude. Yeah, it really is. So there's really interesting story mechanics and story beats that come along with the time fall touching your skin and aging people and all kinds of stuff.
Disengaging weapons restrictions.
Those are chiral crystals. Those are left behind from the BTs. We use them for various things. That'll come along later. Yeah, mysterious substance that becomes buoyant when assembled in bulk. Every 1,000 I hold, it reduces my load by a kilogram. That's nice. Here we are in the walking simulator. Okay, so here's another new thing for the second one versus the first. When it rains like this, rivers and paths change dramatically. So what you can see here in this orange area, this indicates that there's flooding in the area, so it can completely upset the path that you thought you were going to take. It's awesome. Oop, oop, oop.
Nice.
Good recovery. All right, so we are really unstable with our ability to walk and get around. So attacking all of these people is going to be a bit of a problem, but we'll see what we could do. They certainly are at an advantage here. We really could just go up along the rocks and avoid the smoke, and I am strongly considering it now. But if they have a car, that would be huge. Alright, so check this out. I'm pretty sure I see a guy over here already. And these guys are extremely violent. They are brutal. But if I end up with a car, this is all worth it. I don't know, I don't remember how early they give us our car. So I'm going to look into this place here and hope that there is one. Yeah, I don't see one. You see a guy right there. Multiple. Gosh. Alright, so they are already a little bit alerted, so this is gonna be a problem. There's people up here. Yeah, this is gonna be a problem. I'm gonna definitely die. Not good. Not good, not good. We gotta run. That stuff will knock our cargo right off of us. I should have went around. I was too cocky. They're relentless. I think we get our car after the first couple, so probably wishful thinking that we would find one this early. Oh. Yeah, these guys will not leave us alone. We're just gonna book it, you know? Yeah, they're descending upon us. We don't have a lot of ways to defend ourselves quite yet. Okay. Body slam, let's go. This is bad. I don't even remember how to... This is horrible. I don't remember how to do anything. I don't remember even getting in conflict like this when I was solo dolo this early. Got him. There's so many after me. This is a nightmare scenario. This is like more people than I fought in the entire playthrough when I was solo off stream. That's how careful I generally was. They've taken all my cargo. This is bad. Cheapers creepers, man. Good news is we get some gear from it, but my god. Poofta. Is any more of my stuff on the ground? Yeah, we're gonna get bad grades here. Alright, let's see here. There's certainly a strong feeling of hopelessness. That's a car. Let's go. We are in business. Alright, we'll keep this car with us until we can actually even craft one ourselves. Now, these cars aren't without flaws, but they are much faster than doing it on feet. We got a little bunny hop. Fragile must be watching. Holy cow. This is horrible. Alright, we're getting around the best that we can at this point. Alright, so we know that that's a storage thing that somebody else made for us. Let's see. I just want to get to my destination, to be honest. I think it's going to be there in the distance. We're just going to drive our way there. And that's that. Jesus, that was a very stressful encounter we had there. Now this is flooded a little bit, but we should be okay. Yeah, we're fine. Alright, we made it to the junkyard, everybody. We've made it to the junkyard. I think after we leave this, it opens up the collaboration with fellow porters. Alright, so now we need to use our container spray. You see how bad that is? That's not going to get us a good grade. So what we do is look for our sprays. Unless it was knocked off of us. There we go. Equip. We're going to repair everything before we give it over so we can still get a good porter grade. There we go. just as good as new. All right, we made it. Woo, that was stressful. Yeah, Lee. What up, my lurks? I see you guys. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out.
Right? Did the timefall give you a lot of trouble? Thanks for making
Trying to find a balance with this game. I mean, there's a lot of weird, like, downtime moments that are not going to be super exciting, so I don't know how to get us through those to go to the absolutely most mind-blowing experiences.
Seems to be in decent condition. Thanks for your service.
I wonder if I'll have to just play more
It was well worth the wait.
aggressive or something to be more fun to watch.
Time to connect the Cupid. Once
All right, now we are going to do the same thing we did at the last one. We're going to connect these to the chiral network so we can utilize their research. They can utilize ours.
So go ahead and link us up.
All right, good job, everybody. La madre. All right, bit of a hectic walk there, but we got the job done. Okay, great. So this PCC, this is a thing that allows us to craft item structures and other things that can help us, which is great. And this is a hologram. So when we create those structures, we can put a hologram there. So when people walk by, it greets them. You'll notice, you'll come to learn that this game has a lot of quirky, weird, Japanese shit in it. Best I could explain it. All right, so our port grade is on the way up. Okay, so what up, Lego? This is the second person who's mentioned Daryl, and now I'm realizing that is from Walking Dead, which I only saw one episode, which is probably why I didn't immediately catch on.
Chiral communications have been established. Now I just
Oops.
pray they're strong and healthy. The elderly residents here will also be happy to receive proper medical care. Oh, seems like you should be capable of fabricating PCCs now as well.
Yes, we absolutely can. Thank you so much, La Madre.
Network expansion and the resulting increase in total bandwidth. Of course, every additional structure will eat into that bandwidth, but there should be more than enough to support anything you build. Within reason, that is.
Of course.
There's one other problem we've been dealing with lately, though. It's not a critical issue, so I posted an aid request with further details.
Those are like
If you're
submissions.
You can check it out via your Ring terminal.
All right, so I feel like they're being a little bit wordy at this point, but let's figure out what's up with her baby at least.
I'm not sure. I should have given birth to my child ages ago. But for some reason, the fetus seems to have stopped growing at 7 months. If something's wrong with my body, I can't tell what it is. And not knowing is driving me insane. But with one of our new medical units, I might finally be able to get answers. I want to believe I can still bring this child into the world someday.
Yep, I know exactly the part you're bringing up. She is in the game. She essentially is the person that we're looking at now. She acts as one of these. You connect her to the chiral network, and all of a sudden it's a VTuber. And it was definitely a little shocking and jarring and weird, but that's kind of why we love the game. Shocking and jarring and weird.
A new order has just come through for you. Looks like the residents of the C1 South Distribution Center need you to recover some cargo from a bandit encampment and bring it to them. You can review the specifics of the order when you get around to accepting it. So once you're good to go, access the delivery terminal here to get underway. I'll share additional info with you as soon as you do so.
Sweet. Alright, so before I continue, I just need to use the bathroom real quick. Give me a quick dirty 30. BRB. Alright, I am back. I am back. Let's go. Time to continue on. We have cargo and orders to deal with. These aid requests, these are like submissions, side quests. Okay, so she wants us to go get 4 walking sticks. We'll go ahead and get them for her, no problem. Sweet. And then, oh, I guess that's probably what we have to do. All right, well, let's go get him real quick then. I got a car. Nice. We'll see what your tier list is on those. See what you got there. All right, so we need to just double back real quick and go get those walking sticks for her. She's feeling a little bit bad about her baby or whatever, so we're gonna go get her favorite walking sticks back, apparently. Happy to do it. Because I got a car, especially. And I think what this is teaching us is that we are going to up our ranking with her. So, let's see. Remove all markers. And I'm going to go for myself. And I'm just going to draw a straight line, essentially, so we know what direction we're going here. Now we know that her stuff is this way. I just got the notification from Discord. I'll definitely check that out as soon as I'm off stream. Give us a little taste here if you want, or I'll just check it out in the Discord. Alright, we're quickly just going and getting these walking sticks for this lady. We're gonna increase our reputation rank, essentially. We're just gonna barrel down right here. Sweet. Looks like we're headed that way. Oh no, my battery's almost dead. Crap, I forgot about that. Alright, so somebody placed a ladder there. That's from like a previous individual. And we can actually return this cargo for them. We need to get our battery up on this thing or we will be on foot again. Alright, so somebody dropped this cargo. We're going to just return it to Via Libre since we're on our way back there anyways. And then we're going to go get these, yeah, I definitely played the first Death Stranding. I 100%ed it. I loved it dearly. I've actually played through this one as well, but I wanted to play it on stream. Alright, so since we're low on battery, I'm just going to turn around here and go walk the rest of the way. I should have done that. Highly recommend them. If you like story, deep games and progressions and things like that, highly recommend. Alright. So we're going to pick up all these walking sticks for her. Sweet. And hopefully our car lasts. Now, I don't know what's coming up from the ground over there, but we're about to find out. Okay, so the car's over here. That's gonna be a problem. We'll take it as far as we can, and then we're walking, basically. Oh, also, I guess, since we have the PCC, we could possibly build a charger. Let me see. Pretty sure she gave us one, right? Or I was supposed to fabricate it. Lesson learned there. Okay, so now we're just gonna go back to the place that we just were. We're gonna get her walking sticks. We're gonna increase our rank, and that'll teach us about the reputation rank increase at these various spots. Before all of that happens, I'm pretty sure the battery on this thing's gonna run out. We'll feel bummed for a second, then we'll move on. Surprisingly capable off-road vehicle that can bunny hop a little bit. Yeah, so we just ran out of battery, so we are hoofing it the rest of the way. Which means we need to balance our backpack out a little bit. Let me see here. Cargo management. There we go. Yeah, it was a tiny little bunny hop, but you'd be surprised. It's a lifesaver sometimes. Somebody dropped their climbing anchor. Since we're here, we'll pick it up and we can deliver it back to them. I'm holding L2 and R2, which represents his left and right hand. He grabs onto the straps of his harness, and it helps keep him upright. And then what you're starting to notice, you see this? People are laying signs down, giving us encouragement. Oh no, there's a lot more than just deliveries, but at the very base, Sam, our main character here, is a porter, and a porter's main existence is deliveries. So a big part of it is deliveries, but we're also working to essentially connect all of these stranded, isolated humans onto what's called the chiral network. And the chiral network is essentially the internet in this game, and it allows us to share information and resources and things along those lines. So it's about connecting humanity after the collapse and doing deliveries. And then there's a major antagonist that comes up. There's a lot of fighting and things along those lines, and that's the very simplified version of it. But there's a lot to it, a lot of story. No, I have not heard anything about NFTs in this game. But if you have, let's hear it. What do you mean? Alright, so we're back to Via Libre. We're gonna deliver these walking sticks that do look a little damaged. So what we could do is we'll repair those before turning them in. We'll get a good grade. We'll increase our reputation rank, and then it'll unlock more resources for us for them. I think after this, it ends up unlocking our ability to use other people's stuff, which really opens the game up quickly. Oh. Gotcha. Yeah, I don't know what happens when they're reconnected. Obviously, it's a data harvesting play of some kind. Let's see. Do I still have container spray? I do not. So we're just going to deliver them as is.
Over here.
Alright, you got your walking sticks back. And we returned the other cargo that someone else lost along the way, so we get credit for that, and they get partial credit as well. It becomes a collaborative experience, which I think is really unique and cool.
There you are. Checking your order data now. Did not think we would ever get this back, but
Alright, so we just went from 1 star up to 2 and change. And because of that, we now have,
with some local data of ours.
we can craft
Maybe you'll
electric
find
rods.
something of interest you can use. We have allocated more resources for you to use if you need them. I hope it helps.
Now displaying
Sweet.
The data I've shared with you is the schematic for my custom electric rod.
She's given us access to a custom electric rod. Little skippy. And now we're going to take our next main order. Let's do it. Now we have to recover all the chiral density gauges stolen by the bandits. So now we need to go over the mountains and into that area there. So we got some trekking coming up here.
Okay, Sam. Are you ready? Then I'll bring you up to speed with what I know. The order you've undertaken is to recover chiral density gauges that have been stolen by bandits and taken back to their base. You might want to construct a watchtower nearby before you charge in.
I have it on good authority that someone probably already has.
This way, think about what I told you and finalize your best.
We got this. Alright, so now we need to construct a walking path that's going to be manageable. And you can see this is actually a beaten path that others have taken. So we're going to walk here, maybe go up here. Someone has laid a ladder here. Okay, and we're going to try to go through that pass right there. Oops. Cool. And that'll be how we walk over there. It's pseudo multiplayer in that you do work collaboratively with other people, but you never see another person. So if I create like that ladder that we just saw on the map, other people will be able to see it as well, which is really cool. And then you get appreciation from other people when they use your stuff, and it's actually it's really awesome. All right, so now we got our PCC for the watchtower. We're gonna place it in our backpack. Now let's make even another PCC. Those are just crafting kits essentially, and they allow us to make stuff. Cargo management. All right, we're looking pretty good here. Let's do it. The only way that people mess with each other generally is if there's like a popular walking path or something like that, and then or like a driving path, and then you make a bunch of like ladders on it, and you try, you know, so people constantly run into your ladders. But I would say 99.9% of the time people are super collaborative and just like really helpful, because it's such like a desolate, taxing sometimes experience that the second you see somebody else's equipment, you're like so thankful that it exists. So I've only had really cool experiences every time I can't finish a climb and all of a sudden there's a ladder existing right there. I'm so grateful. So yeah, it's cool. All right, so we're going up and over those mountains right there. Let's do it. I wish we had our car, but we ran out of batteries. And it looks like we haven't quite gotten to the point where everything's opened up. Yeah, what up, Captain? Nice VIP badge there. Yes, this is Chutes and Ladders. It's mostly ladders. Ladders and ladders. And, yeah, absolutely. So eventually, look, so we got crypto biotes here. These give us energy. Yeah, absolutely. So right now what it's doing is it's kind of slow burning us into the game. We have to kind of be on our own for a little bit, but at a certain point it just opens up and you'll start to see, like, here's a cool thing about that. So there are certain areas in the game where, like, all of a sudden you'll see like 5 or 6 motorcycles sitting on the ground, and you'll be like, you'll recognize that it's like the human waste impact on the earth because they're all littered around. But so there is some like downside and interesting components that come along with seeing everybody's stuff, but ultimately you're generally grateful to see people's equipment. You cannot build a ladder across the entire map. They are restricted, so they're like physics based. Ooh, so those things right there will hurt us. I didn't know that those were there. Those are like little tar spiders, and they will try to take our stuff. We don't want those. We don't want those. Those are chiral crystals. They help lighten our load and allow us crafting and things like that. Somebody dropped a ladder here, so we'll just go ahead and pick up that ladder and use it here in the future. I'm just going to stay on the path for now. There's no reason not to. That's someone's resins. We don't really need crafting resins. Eventually, what I could do is take you guys into my, like, end game save so you could see, like, what the hell's going on. That's someone else's material. Okay, so that tar. Oh! We never want to fall when we can help it. So this tar is dangerous, but there's a lot of chiral crystals, so we're gonna risk it. Oftentimes, bodies, humans, like spirits, will crawl out of that tar and pull you down into it, and it'll take you into like an underworld scenario. It's quite terrifying, actually. Alright, so we're on our way. As you can see, somebody has already laid a ladder there, so it's going to make our climb a little bit easier, but if I'm being honest, it looks like a pretty inconsequential place for a ladder. But we'll use it anyways, because we're stoked that they put it there. Yeah, welcome to games in 2025, my guy. This is a AAA title in contention for Game of the Year. Oh, okay, so I didn't recognize that I was, like, dying. I put too much strain on my body. So that's where this is gonna help out the ladder. Sweet. We're gonna see if we can get up and over here. Yeah, unfortunately, AAA titles are 69 bucks.
Guess I'm doing this.
Come on. You got this, Sam. So you can see someone's rope right here, but it's laid down in the wrong direction, so it's not exactly helping us right now. Come on, buddy. Alright, cool. We're through the hardest part of it. Hopefully they have a vehicle on the other side that we could steal. Alright, cool. People place signs all over the place just wishing you encouragement and things like that. It's sometimes those are annoying to me, but overall people kind of mean well. Sometimes people like karma farm because you can get likes and stuff, and the likes do absolutely nothing, but so people will put them in places that you have to walk so they automatically get likes. I find that annoying, but oh well. Alright, now we just have to safely climb down, and we are on to our mission. Sweet. Our first piece of cargo is right up the way. We'll grab this PCC. Oh yeah, so let's see if we can construct a watchtower real quick. It's too steep. Oh, I just had a place. There we go. Alright. They're pre-made games for the most part, so are signs, so you can't really write things on them. You have a series of, like, I'll show you. Here, so you can do, you got this, hold on. Rock, paper, scissors, smile, wink, target, You can do check it out, point of interest, you know, stuff like that. And then there's like warnings. Yeah, they can tell you when there's the BTs and things like that. So it's mostly to be helpful and encouraging. Sweet, so we have just 3D printed a watchtower. And now when people come across this, they'll be able to see it themselves. Yeah, absolutely. So in this particular area, this is kind of like pre them seeing all of your stuff because they're trying to get you to do it on your own. But yes, the whole point of the crafting experience is that, I guess. So now I'm using the watchtower to take a look at the items that they might have and the people that might be there. Let's see, can I zoom? Yeah, so we're marking people. We're looking at hotspots. That's a heat map. Cool. So now we've used that, and we now know what is in front of us and where our chiral gauges are. Let's go get her. Oh, I was supposed to make the watchtower right there. I'm gonna have to do that for the quest. My bad. Yes, the first Death Stranding is also like that with sharing and things like that. Yeah, this just kind of takes it to the next level. So yeah, I was supposed to build a watchtower here, so we'll just make another one. It's fine.
You still got some in the tank?
I jumped the gun there.
Sure you do.
Oops. So we just got credit for that, but we've already used the other one, so we don't need to use it ourselves. All right, so there are 6 enemies in this area. We're gonna go ahead and, yeah, dude. Yeah, not bad. Quick build, 10 seconds to get a 3D printed thing up there. The future. Death Stranding 1 rips, dude. I do highly recommend it. It's great.
Definitely not alone.
If you like story games, if you like, yeah. If you like weird, mind-bending experiences, I highly recommend that. Alright, so there's definitely going to be some people to beat up here. Let's see here. This Maser handgun, I think I can shock people in one shot, so let's see here. Night-night. And this right here is something we can kind of like hack this and steal it from people. Director's cut's even better, man. Okay, so inside of that post box, there's more ladders, assault rifles, and ceramics. So what we'll do, we'll just take these 3 items. We don't currently need ceramics and other things like that, so we're good. But we'll take their goodies, and we'll take their stuff in here as well. And as a reminder, we just knock the people out as much as possible, because if we were to kill them, then they could be they could kind of summon BTs, which are like these ghoulish creatures that you do not want to mess with if you can help it. I would recommend the director's cut. That is the most complete version of the first one. Oh, this guy is alerted. And he's out. Good night, brother. Now, I didn't want to hurt you. This definitely gives off Metal Gear Solid vibes in a lot of ways. I'm gonna just cross the river. So now's a great time, actually. Oh, so let me see here. Let's see if we can't put a ladder across, right? For us and others. And you'll see how ladders kind of work. You hold L2 to deploy. And you try to get it to go across. So for now, we would go like this. Right? And then we would probably put up another one. Bit over-engineered solution, but for highlighting purposes, it's nice. There you go. And now we have ourselves a bridge across the river. But somebody has taken notice of that, and we now need to hide. I don't think he's much of a problem. We're going to use the quick sort. to auto arrange. You saw how the things were kind of stacked all wonky. That can hurt our balance and make it hard for us to stay silent. So we go here. We're gonna get that Maser handgun back, and then we're gonna knock out. There's only 4 people that we have to deal with, and we can continue along our mission. So let's see here. Good night. There's someone up here. We're gonna see if we can't squeeze by. Oh. Night night. 2 more. Now you guys saw this. In case the cops are called, I didn't initiate this. That's on them. Alright. Let's see here. And technically I didn't even need to cross because my objective is on the other side of the river, but I felt like it was probably a good idea to get rid of these people, you know? Oh, it's actually right here. Okay. Sweet. Totally justified then. Oh, I let go of L2 before R2. Now we can head back. But this guy he deserves to go down with his buddies. Alright, now we have completely neutralized this area. And we have the ability to freely explore their wares, if you will. Sweet. Now we gotta make the trek back if we don't find a car. It'd be nice if we did. Oh, oh, as you can tell, I'm a little off here. Oh. We'll see if they've got anything valuable in here, and then we'll head back. Blood bag, ladder. Well, I did use a bunch of ladders, so we'll just take that. And blood is always good because it keeps us alive. Sweet. Gosh, there's so many amazing parts of this game that I want to like fast forward to show you guys, but it's just not going to be like that, you know? Like truly mind-blowing gaming experiences, cinematics, etc. So it would be sick, but we just got to play through. Maybe I'm the only one feeling ADD about it. I start to feel like it drags a little bit when I know there's just some like best in industry, best in video games experiences inside of this game. But here we go on our way back. Starting out in Mexico, this is essentially the introduction to the game here. As you can see, I have 255,162 likes. That is from my previous playthrough. And it kind of gives you an indication of how many things I built in the last one, in my other playthrough. Eventually you start crafting roads and things like that become incredibly helpful for people. And so, and I spent a lot of my game time crafting roads and making sure I was helpful and contributing to like society. First and foremost for myself, and then secondly to help everybody. Got to put your own oxygen mask on first, right? All right, up and over we go. I'm pretty sure. Wait, hold on. Let's check the mish. Okay, so actually, we actually have to go this way. I'm so glad I looked. I almost went all the way over. Holy cow. Okay. My bad. So we're going to go here. I'm going to go through here. Oh, man. I almost went all the way there. I mean, I'm struggling. I'm holding L2 and R2 on my pack, if you could see right there. And if I don't hold L2, R2, this is what it looks like. do be struggling. You do be struggling. Turns out the cure for struggling, if you would have known this before your backpacking trips, you just gotta hold the straps.
Now leaving chiral network coverage.
Nope. This is a game about perseverance. This is a game about struggle. This is a game about overcoming the odds. I will tell you that very quickly it becomes easier to do it, but yeah, this is a game about like struggle. This is a game about the human experience. This is and then it lightens up. I'm trying not to spoil anything, but it gets better. It gets easier. So yeah, pretty quickly, if you guys stick around, we will see it start to open up a little bit. I really would like to get to some of the like mind-bending cinematics at the very least, but if I could go into my previous save and just like fast forward to these particular experiences in my head, I would do a couple of them just to give you guys a little taste, but I don't believe that exists. So for now, we're trekking. I'll let go of L2 and R2. Every once in a while, it's like a risk versus reward on speed, right? If you're going in on mostly flat surfaces and you're not turning much, you can do it. And then eventually, without giving too much away, eventually there are like zip lines and there are like slingshots and things, so you don't find yourself like bare bones walking like this for more than the first like little bit, but they do work hard to let you know that you're lucky to come upon those, essentially. That makes sense.
Have faith.
And then Hideo Kojima loves his music, so he'll like Indigo by Magnolian just popped up, and he has a, you know, a serious purpose for each song he chooses. So what emotion is he evoking here? A feeling of relief seeing that we're almost there, I'd imagine. Really? I'd be curious to try it, man. Everything that guy touches turns to gold. And for good reason. I guess it turns to gold for its merit and quality. Some people touch gold, whatever, for bullshit reasons. Hideo Kojima-san is not one of them. Yeah, I wouldn't stress on that too much. Like, I'm not pressing it right now. And like I said, that becomes significantly less required very quickly.
Security measures lifted. Weapons detected. Be advised that usage is restricted inside facilities.
As you can see on the left side, I don't know if you saw it, but my it said Sam's experiences have improved his abilities already. So you'll see real quick. Hold up. Just bear with me through this play session, and I think you'll have a different perspective on it. Just hold up. And then, of course, you saw the car, right? So then you got cars quickly and things like that. So, all right. So we're going to deliver the things that we just recovered, and we're going to connect this to the chiral network and see where that takes us. I'm hoping they show us some freaky deaky soon. They did in the beginning in their previous session.
I assume you're here to drop off that stolen cargo of ours?
All right. Air conditioner is required. PC's hot.
We'll be able to determine where BGs are likely to appear in the future. So, let's get a look at those containers and see if we're good to go.
All right, we got an S rank. That means that we did very, very good.
Sure know how to take care of your cargo.
Getting higher ranks gives us more rep with them and allows us to get to 5 stars faster.
You're an absolutely incredible porter.
Every star we unlock is another item for us to use in our journey. So it's there's a reason to come back to all of these.
Just about good to go. So, let's see what that Cupid of yours can do.
Connecting to the chiral network. Sweet. Benjamin Riviera, welcome to the Chiral Network, brother. Share your data with us. So now we've opened up a new swath of land that allows us to use our equipment. When we're in the Chiral Network, we can use things like crafting and things like that. All right, so we got a blood grenade. That's what's up. A grenade that expels a cloud of blood on impact, damaging BTs. BTs are the things that overtake people's bodies, and they're spirits that exist on in the planet as we progress. So there's a whole supernatural element that we haven't yet been introduced to that becomes very freaky and tense and exciting at the same time.
Now displaying your current porter grade.
I'm pretty sure I know what's about to happen. Here, hold up.
It's high time we got on the chiral network. Our BT research should go a hell of a lot faster now. We just shared some data with you that'll let you fabricate blood grenades, a kind of anti-BT weapon, and build timefall shelters too. I think you'll find both very useful. The chiral density gauges you brought us have been safely integrated into our systems.
Awesome.
We can resume all distribution center operations and get back to business as usual. A lot of lives are gonna be saved thanks to you.
Cool. I'm gonna skip the dialogue so we can get to some
You're planning
action.
to visit the research lab, yeah? You have to pass through some dangerous territory then. We'll do a quick survey of the chiral density, so you might not want to leave right away. And let's not forget that you just tackled one of our toughest orders on record. Tell you what, we got a nice private room here that you can use to catch your breath. We'll get started on prepping the cargo for your next run in the meantime.
Everyone wants us sleeping over. So we go down into the room, we nap it off, and then we continue on. Chiral quake. Here we go, boys.
Gate quake detected. Please seek shelter immediately.
Goosebumps are raising.
Sam, are you okay?
I'm fine. You guys?
The facility's intact, but the research lab might have taken a hit. The local chiralium levels appear to be rising. Better hurry over there, Sam. Head to the delivery terminal upstairs and check their order.
All right, let's see what the heck's going on here, guys.
Sunset will be occurring shortly.
Sam, we've got a situation. The delivery for the research lab is ready for transport, but the chiral density is higher than anticipated. This may be due to the gatequake just now, but we've identified a new BT area in the vicinity of the lab. However, we have no BB pods on hand. I know you've got dooms, but without a pod, you're gonna struggle to determine exactly where the BTs are.
Don't worry. If I can get close enough, I should be able to see them. Seems like my dooms level or whatever went up at some point. Steer me in the right direction. I can take care of the rest.
Oh yeah? That's awesome. By the way, we finished a preliminary assessment of the BTs detected in the vicinity of the research lab. And we've prepared some weapons that should be effective against them. You're a pro. I know you can handle this.
All right, so we're about to hit our first little boss, guys. So hold on.
All right, go ahead and pick up your next main order. I'll brief you on the details while you check your map.
Just about to get weird. Yeah. Defeat the BTs near the former geophysics
All right,
lab.
Sam, you good to go? The new BT area we've identified is located in these ruins. If we don't do anything about it, eventually, so there's
Here we go.
few, and if so, if you
Do 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 do. All right, here we go. Here, so we're gonna walk from here. We'll go up here, I guess. Let's just start here, yeah.
Delivery route finalized.
Alright, we got a lot of stuff, but we'll be able to put it in storage, it looks like. And then for fabrication, it wants us... we could do an electric rod, but I don't think we need to do that. But we should maybe stock up... Oop, that's 2. 1 and 1. Here we go. Alright, we got a lot of stuff. But I think there's a storage locker right by the battle, if I remember correctly. So let's do it. Alright, hold on to your butts, guys. It's about to get crazy. What I'd like to see is if there's a vehicle available to us. I don't know if that's unlocked yet, though, so let's just see. A facility storage. There should be a garage. Share cargo. Nope. Okay, so we can't get to the, it says management, recycle, store, claim. Okay, so there's no garage here yet. Alright. Well, we're hoofing it. Let's go. We'll check here one sec. Is there... Yeah, no. Okay. We're about to get garage, but now you're starting to see people wishing us kind words and things like that. People put little signs of encouragement out. It's kind of nice, kind of annoying. All good. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Captain wanted a little more struggle. We gave him a little more struggle. We got that time fall rain that we're working against. So these chiral crystals only appear where BTs have once been. So that indicates that we've had some like BT activity. The BTs are the like the spirits that we're about to kind of encounter. So wait till you see this part of the game. It's pretty sick. Control sensitivity for keeping your balance to adjust the extent to which firing is prioritized over keeping balance. Okay, so it does look like there might be opportunities to reduce the balance mechanic a little bit, so I wouldn't recommend it because it adds to the dire circumstances in the game, and it makes everything feel so much more rewarding once you unlock the ability to not have to deal with that. But you know, everyone has their own tolerance, and I would hate for somebody to not play the game just because they had to hit L2 for the first hour of the game, you know what I mean? Alright, so it looks like we're getting a gatequake. That usually spells trouble for us. Uh-oh. Alright. Oh! Okay, I don't remember that part. Holy cow. Yeah, it's the first time they Kojima coined a term for it too. It's called like strand games or something like that, where like multiplayer players are connected by strands of gameplay, but you never actually see other people. It's a cool experience. Sometimes I wish I could play this co-op and just walk around with my buds, but it is just a solitary, solemn, desolate, hopeless at times experience, and then of course over time things change. That's all I want to say. But right now I am packing way too heavy for the type of experience that we're heading into, but I'm pretty sure there's a timefall shelter where we can actually put our backpack down. And that's what I intend to do. And then now I just realized you can actually run while holding L2 and R2 as well. So, and I haven't been doing that. Yeah, but the feeling of overcoming it is worth the experience. I understand that vibe, but I'm telling you, there's a method to the madness. It's just that I can't show you that in 1 or 2 play sessions. You just gotta hold out a little hope. But I am about to show you something really fucking cool, so hold up. It's our first little experience with BTs. And one cool thing is every single mountain, every single thing you see here on these ridges, every little part of it can be climbed and scaled by us. And sometimes you have to get done what you're trying to get done. So it's it's crazy, the level of freedom. And then they give you tools to make it a lot more manageable and possible for you to even take on those climbs. But it is it's pretty sweet. And right now we are in the wilds of Mexico, but eventually and primarily the game takes place in Australia, which isn't known for its verticality, but there is one mountain in Australia that is somewhat vertical. And of course it's heightened in this game. Alright, so we're gonna go get to our timefall shelter right now because we are about to have ourselves a little soiree. Okay, so when it gets to slow-mo like that, our character Sam is starting to sense that there are BTs or spirits in the area, and we need to be careful. And when we have our whole getup going, there's a thing, like a little like detector on our body that helps us through that. Okay, so this mushroom, pretty sure we can pee on it. Now hold on real quick. Let me try to remember here. Oh, I don't have any pee on me. Alright, well. Oh. Okay, so we need to build a timefall shelter right here, which is funny because you do build that. I've already built it in my previous playthrough, but that's totally fine. So we're going to build this. This is teaching us about timefall shelters. Timefall shelters protect us from the rain, and it allows us to lay our backpack down so we're not over-encumbered through that process. The process that we're about to go through.
Construction process now complete.
Sweet. So now I'm going to offload the backpack, which I don't. Yeah, there we go. We're gonna let that hang out, but we are gonna make sure we have guns on us. So this all, in my opinion, can go to the backpack. I don't remember how to do it. Okay, the backpack, we want the guns. I don't know. I don't remember how to do this. Sorry, guys. Hold on. We got our blood bags. I guess offload. Alright, so now we're light, but we need to get some guns. At least a gun. My god. Let's see here. There should be a... Okay, so like this... Let me just get this on me. Carry on the tool rack. Let's go. Alright, cool. So we're gonna leave that there, and we're gonna go venture off and see what the heck's about to happen here. Oh, so that's a BT right there. Oh, we don't want him attacking us. So if you see this, this isn't even part of it, what I'm trying to show you guys, but there is some BT activity in the area, and generally these guns are not made for this. Okay, okay, yeah, I don't have the right equipment for this. All right, well, it's on, guys. Those guys are crawling out of the tar. Oh. Yeah, things aren't good. Oh god. I gotta clear these guys off is the problem, and I don't really have the right equipment. Oh god. Okay, so do I need stuff? Hold on. Let's see here. Blood grenade. Definitely blood grenades. Alright. We just gotta clear out the BTs in this area. That's all we gotta do. There's so many of them. Oh crap, nope. Not good, not good. Oh. Nope, not good. All right, it's on. Blood kills these guys. Oh god. If we can get out, that would be awesome. Can we get on here? No, we cannot. Let's see if the gun's working. Not particularly well. Oh, I wish I wasn't going back in the muck. This doesn't seem to be doing anything at all. Oh, God. No! I think I got. Yeah. So now I've been pulled into the underworld. And now I have to repatriate if I want to come back alive. And we are stuck under this ocean. And we don't exactly know why, but we have to find our body in the ocean and then we hit repatriate. And we're back. Oh, God. And then, because of what happened, now there's a giant crater in the world. And a lot... Yeah, so we definitely didn't defeat the BTs. Yeah, so that was Lou inside of our body. the camera flew into our esophagus and found Lou, who had tar dripping out of his eyeballs. But we got through the situation. They were pretty soft on us there, luckily. But yeah, that's a little bit of a taste. So generally speaking, anytime you start feeling the presence of BTs in the area, that type of experience can happen. So you got to be real careful. It's awesome. Or you can fight and make it part of, like, a main part of your gameplay. This is all my stuff. Sweet, and now somebody can use that in the future. So I'm gonna build my backpack proper. There we go. And we'll pick that up as well. Alright. And we could actually probably drop the stuff that we aren't interested in having. Like the done blood grenades. There we go. It was an esophagus, yeah. I think. It seems like because the camera goes... Let me see here, there could be some good stuff in here. Look at all this stuff. Not much of anything, really. Cool. Alright, so we're on to the next area, I believe.
Gotcha.
Which is, yeah, the physics lab. So we're gonna go from here.
Commencing route creation.
This should be a fine walk.
Delivery.
Alright, so you got a little bit of a taste of the supernatural side of things. You'll be minding your own business on a walk or a drive or something, and then all of a sudden the senses will start tingling and you'll be completely surrounded by people. And if you don't manage it properly, or if it if it takes you in, and it can take you into that underworld situation. There are gargantuan battles. That was like a baby in comparison to what does happen, but it gave you a little bit of a taste of our first little encounter there. What I should have done, so I technically lost. I mean, it took me into the underworld, which means I died, and I had to repatriate. Repatriate, meaning enter my body again to come alive, and so on and so forth. But what I should have done is brought way more blood grenades or things that shoot blood. I think maybe you're supposed to lose that or something, because it didn't tell us that we needed to be that prepared, you know? I mean, it kind of did, but...
Almost toppled over.
There's these, like, just really cool ebbs and flows of extreme intensity into just extreme peace and beauty. I mean, look at this. It's so cool. Hopefully there's a car up over here. There's an entire band of characters. We end up on this ship that is manned by 6 different people. They're all different character actors and things like that, and then you end up having a lot of really cool relationship experiences and yeah, a lot of humanity in the game. A lot of, like, tear-jerking moments, a lot of, like, surprising moments, things like that. And, of course, a little bit of a walking simulator at times. Looks like my boots are almost worn out. Luckily, I have 2 pairs that I stole from some enemies. Looks like we're at a physics lab here. Geophysics. Mm-hmm. We sure did. Alright. We made it through that hellish experience.
Access the delivery terminal.
We're gonna deliver. We can skip that. He turns it in.
Sam. Anyway, let me go ahead and check your orders.
We're gonna connect him to the chiral network and continue along that path. S rank, heck yeah. Because we took our backpack off, it did not sustain damage when we got attacked.
And a good chunk of land along with it. We never doubted you'd show. Why don't you go on and get us connected with your Cupid, Sam?
Now we're gonna connect him. As you can see, we're completely coated in tar. And not showering and cleaning ourselves does have negative impacts on our game. Sweet, we've established a new connection. Nice. Nice, so now our bullets have anti-BT. So the gun that I was shooting now has an updated firmware that allows us to shoot those supernatural creatures that we just encountered. Which is why I was shooting like, this isn't working, because I forgot that there was steps to that process. So as you could kind of see, every single thing that we do makes things more and more useful, and so on and so forth, you know, just like most games, but including
Sam,
our hand-holding thing.
don't suppose you remember who I am. The name's Alex. I used to work at the weather station back in the UCA. I was a Bridges employee, reporting directly to Deadman. So, when I was offered the opportunity to collaborate with him here, studying
Deadman is played by Guillermo del Toro.
jumped at the chance. And here
Guillermo
I
del
am.
Toro made
And
Pan's
now,
Labyrinth
You're here too.
and
You
a bunch of
actually
other
couldn't
movies.
have come at a better time. Shortly before your arrival, chiral density levels started to climb, hitting significantly higher ranges than before. This kind of spike is indicative of an imminent giant BT appearance. I've shared with you some MP bullets that should be very effective against BTs.
Thank you,
Because
Alex.
if the giant BT is on the way,
He worked at the weather station. His last name's Weatherstone. You'll notice a trend in the characters in a similar way.
it's hard to know when this giant BT is going to appear. So for now, you should rest up in your private
A giant
room and
BT.
prepare for a potential fight.
Uh-oh, we gotta
That's both
prepare for a
mine
potential
and
fight.
Deadman's recommendation.
Turns out that
Keep
what
you
we just
posted,
did might not have been the big fight I was thinking about. As you can see, we've been through it with the tar coating our face. We got a shower. Like I had said previously, the shower, they collect your fluids, and then you can use that as a grenade against BTs, which is kind of sick. Show us your butt. Oh. Yeah, Weatherstone. There's a guy named Deadman. Bet you could guess what he's about. There's a Hartman. Bet you could know what he's about. Rainy. Fragile.
It's been too long, Sam. You were a good friend to me. One I could never forget.
There are a bunch of female protagonists in this game. Look, we got Guillermo del Toro gracing our presence.
Which is why I took steps to ensure that this message would only play upon your arrival. The sensors were set to scan for your biometric data. A simple enough trick. Now, this was originally a geophysics laboratory established for the study of earthquakes. And for that reason, it holds a wealth of documentation on gatequakes, tar currents,
sick.
and plate gates. As well, I discovered, as research data on the other side. Now, what I'm about to tell you, I learned after I came to this place. Imagine that this is the lab. Though it's relatively close to the northern tip of South America, the continent is entirely cut off from us by a tar belt. And so we have no idea what's going on down there. Nor do we know the state of any continent other than our own. The researchers here were trying to establish contact with the rest of the world.
It's a very good hologram.
So, as the facility had once been used to launch research satellites.
Or those are also a hologram.
So they tried launching a variety of probes and drones in the hope of obtaining observational data. With no success. The Earth, you see, is shrouded in a thick layer of chiralium that renders electronics inoperable at altitude. So they tried sending ships across the ocean. Oh, yes. Oh, but that failed too. The high concentration of chiralium in open water proved too corrosive, invariably causing them to sink. But then the researchers found some rather rare birds on their doorsteps. Birds not native to the region. Nice birdie, nice birdie. And that, my friend, was just the beginning. Not far from the lab, they discovered a strange anomaly. Well, the surrounding area was heavily contaminated with chiralium. Yes. This is beautiful. The researchers would later dub the anomaly a plate gate. But further investigation revealed that it came into existence when you began to expand the chiral network across North America, and that the gate grew larger in tandem with the network itself. What started as a tiny fissure in space became so much more. The researchers duly installed cameras to study the gate and its surrounding area. Now, to their surprise, they caught footage of some unusual marsupials. The kind you wouldn't expect to normally encounter in Central America, like the birds. But to confirm their suspicions, they sent an autonomous robot through the gate. The soil samples it collected were consistent with the archived geological data from the southern hemisphere. Not long after, several men and women came through the gate. They spoke English, and they confirmed that they had indeed come from faraway Australia.
Australia.
We finally knew the world outside North and Central America had survived. Ours was not the last bastion of humanity, but Australia had suffered the Death Stranding too. Undeterred, the researchers began working closely with Bridges and conducted a series of tests, paving the way for an expedition to Australia that would lay the groundwork for chiral network expansion. After they had first installed surveillance equipment, that is, so that the gate could be monitored from the Mexican side, a necessity to this day as Australia is not yet connected to the chiral network. The UCA may not have dreams of conquest and control, but they aren't about to let just anyone use the gate. Indeed, that's one of the reasons they were so determined to connect Australia to the network in the first place. Well, I suppose that's all I have to say about the plate gate. There's something else that I need to tell you, though. Something far more important. Mind if I pause it here? I have to go take a shower.
Uh-oh.
Gatequake detected. Sam, a gigantic BT just showed up outside. We're prepping weapons for you now. Access the terminal up top and take whatever you need. We're counting on you.
Oh shit. Hold on. What up, what up? All right, there's a really cool part that's coming up, and then maybe we'll call it there. But,
Manifestation imminent. Access the delivery terminal to make preparations for combat.
all right, let's do it. We got to figure out what the heck's going on, guys. All right. Let me just see, make sure that we've got the BT bullets and everything like that, and I believe we do. We'll get another blood grenade just to be safe. All right, let's see what we got. And I want to make sure we have some weapons on us because things could get a little wild, and we do. Great. Here goes, y'all. So fucking cool. Alright, here goes, y'all. I believe I've equipped. Oh god, I should probably run first, huh? Let's put a blood grenade on. Oh god. This is ABT, absolutely. Oh. So I died immediately. So yeah, so the void out is what happens if we die. Yeah, so BTs can be as small as what we experienced previously, or they can be gargantuan, and this is definitely one. They take many different shapes. There's like the whales and things. Oh god. I gotta go. I gotta go. Nope. Void out. Whew. Alright, step one is run. Out of those, let's see. I keep missing those, that's not good. That's our best chance. Alright. He's got tentacles that come up through the ground is a problem. Oh, God. He's stucking me in, he's sucking me in. Alright, I got him. Got him on the ropes. He's pissed. Looks like his crit spot might be his mouth. I might need another freaking gun. It's underneath. Oh man. I don't even. Oh, and then those things fell off. Oh, this is bad. Oh god. Oh god. No, 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 no. Get up. I'm shedding all of my items. So that guy right there helped me, by the way. It's pretty sick. You can like set those up so that you can help other people get through the battles. So you can kind of like parasocially help others going through it, which is awesome. I think one of them threw me a blood grenade. Let's see. Yup. Alright, he's gonna come for me. Blood bags are good for our health. Oh, we don't like those. Grab a weapon. Finally, our guns at least help us against the BTs. He's almost down. Oh, man. So close. We got so many empty weapons. Where'd he go? Alright, we got him, we got him, we got him. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Yeah, I didn't have time to react. And everything on the box, everything on my body is actually blood that's gonna help me stay alive. It's grenades, it's weapons. So actually I came into the fight with only things. So if I have a gun, it's gonna be on my back. If I have a shotgun, everything, every little thing that I carry has to be on my back. So there was no like mission specific boxes, that was all guns and shit. But yes, absolutely. So when you're going into an encounter like that, you definitely want to like offload as much as you can. Ooh. Need something. We good? But yeah, that's a good point. But yeah. So on top of your mission specific boxes, anything that you want, ladders, crafting equipment, grenades, things like that. Eventually you get ammo pouches, grenade pouches, so all of that get offloaded into one thing on your body, but this is the beginning and things are a little rudimentary. Whew. So that was our first big fight.
Sam,
and all of this is good.
You did it. We've confirmed the chiral crystallization of the giant BT.
This stuff allows us to craft and do all kinds of great stuff, so collecting this stuff is very necessary.
You've saved a lot of lives by killing that monstrosity. We won't forget that. Head to the research lab's private room and take a break. You've earned it.
And now all the things that fell off of me in the fight should be laying around. And then what I'll do is I'll make it all the way up to my private area and then call it. Because that was a good stopping point. But finally, we got to see a little bit of the craziness of the game. And that is, I can't state it enough, that was nothing compared to what happens in this game. Even the first one, both of them, the first one and the second Death Stranding all have just the most insane experiences in them. But that was a nice little taste. The cool art style, like the skull with tentacles and things that are kind of blowing your mind. Alright, so definitely I'm a little full. Let's see if we can distribute this and pick anything else up. Not much. No, we cannot. Yes, we can. All right, we're heading up. So it says to use the canteen, but I don't believe we have anything in our canteen. Oh, yes, we do. There we go. All right, so that makes it a lot easier for us. And then you see on his life bar right there, his stamina bar, there's some like white hashing at the end. That means that we are depleted. Like we have no ability to restore that until we sleep. So that gives you a reason to go take a break, because then you can get 100% of your stamina back. And then over time those bars increase and you get to reinforce them as well with other pieces of equipment. So we're in the bare bones early stages where everything's impactful. We're losing our stamina early. Our equipment isn't great. Eventually we get like exoskeletons so that we can run and jump faster and farther and carry quadruple the amount. And there's like auto balancing exoskeletons, which is what I was alluding to earlier, that keep you from having to like really self-balance. But in the beginning they do a good job of making you feel like there's no hope, and then very quickly you're like, oh shit, I'm a badass and I've got all this great equipment. So that's kind of what I was trying to get at earlier. But anyways, thanks for checking out the battle. All I'm doing at this point is walking up and I'm gonna get into that bedroom and then I'm gonna save it and call it from there. So if you're on the edge of piecing out, by all means, do that. I texted Captain because I thought he may have pieced out. I wanted him to see that battle. But yeah, it's important to see stuff like that so you know it's not just a walking simulator. And then there's just a wildly constructed, super deep story that ties all these characters in. There are world-class performances from like Mads Mikkelsen and Leah Seydoux, I think her name is, and Ellie Fanning, and a bunch of like really solid actors with great performances, of course, with our guy here. All right, we're making it back up. We'll see if there's any cutscenes and then we'll call it. The funny thing with this, I'm so tall, if I go in here, it's probably gonna knock it off the ceiling. And what did it tell me to do? I think just go take a rest. Yeah, I went through it. Look, Sam. Sam's been through it. I feel like my camera keeps like pulling itself down for some reason. Shower up, Sam. I gotta look up Grounded. It feels familiar. You've mentioned it a couple times and I need to like get a frame of reference back. Alright, this might lead us to a bit of a cutscene and then we'll call it from there.
As I said before, there's something I need to tell you. It's about Lou. You see, after you left Bridges, I decided to do a little digging into BB-28's past. That is, Lou's. I found the BB decommissioning records. Now, according to them, BB-28 was flagged for disposal and subsequently incinerated 4 years ago, long before you and Lou first met.
Lou's our baby. We saw them earlier.
This is the child officially identified as BB-28. But if you look closer, Sam, you see at once that it can't possibly be Lou. Right there at the elbow, where the birthmark should be. Nothing. Which means we have another BB-28.
It's all tied together. You'll get there. But there's a bunch of these babies. These are called bridge babies, BBs. Bridge babies actually become the vehicle that allow you to sense the BTs, the spiritual things or whatever, the supernatural, I meant to say. So we generally we use the baby, we put the babies on our chest, and they get they're kind of our portal into the other dimension that allow us to stay aware of our surroundings.
Not so long ago, that is Lou. Per regulations, the serial number assigned to each BB was unique. No two units should have ever been assigned the same one. I've cross-checked the details with the most up-to-date entries in the UCA database. And indeed, there is no reason to believe BB-28 survived. All of which can only mean, Sam, that the bridge baby you carried with you on your journey across America, Lou, was never recorded in the official database. So, where then did Lou come from? Right now, your guess is as good as mine. But as worrying as that sounds, this could actually be to your advantage, since it's functionally impossible for the UCA or Bridges to track a BB of which they have no record. Which is lucky, because if they did know about a BB that could live and grow outside the pod, they'd want to secure it for study. So take comfort in the knowledge that they don't, that you're free, that you can bring up Lou in peace. How is it, by the way? The two of you living as a family.
Incredible
Right.
textures on the face.
I have gifts for you. A few things to take back home. An assortment of vaccines to be administered as your child grows up. We want Lou to live a long and healthy life. And it's natural for children to be afraid of shots. Maybe this will help put Lou's mind at ease. A token of my affection. You can collect it via the delivery terminal when you leave. I wonder how big Lou will get. Anyway, there's one more thing I wanted to share with you. As you know, everyone is meant to go to their own beach when they die. But unlike most people, I wasn't born from a mother. I was born from an artificial womb. Transplants provided the organs I never had. I was incomplete and had no beach, I believed. But I wasn't about to accept that. I went back home to study the Ha and Ka and the beach. I threw myself into my work, Sam. I tried. But I think I've done all that I can. In the end, I'm still a patchwork Frankenstein's monster. One that's just about worn out. As a doctor, I can tell you, I don't have long left. So I've devoted my remaining time to research. That's why I'm here, Sam. Where I can focus on the beach. There's so much data here, Sam. On beach formation, jumping via beaches, the relationship between the beach and plate gates. All the evidence you could ever wish for. Not enough to solve every mystery, perhaps, but enough for me to make an incredible personal discovery. That I have a beach after all. It doesn't matter how I was born. I have lived as a human. And thus do I possess a beach like any other. I am not a machine, but a person with a Ha and a Ka and a beach to go with them.
Beach is essentially purgatory.
Lastly, I have a confession for you, along with a heartfelt apology. I told you once that I didn't have dooms. But that's not actually true.
Dooms is essentially a super severe version of depression inside of this game.
I just didn't know. It was only after I found my beach that I realized. Chiral, allergic reaction. I can feel it getting closer. I'm off to the beach, Sam. To my beach. Take care of yourself.
It plays an important role. It turns into a superpower, and It actually, there's a lot of like mental health themes in this game that are beautiful. Overcoming, dealing, pushing, staying strong. And it's also an oversimplification. It's not super depression, but
No.
it's the fastest way.
It's news to me, too. I'm sorry that that man is gone. But he would have been pleased that you managed to extend the UCA network all the way to his lab. Thank you, Sam.
I guess I'm homeward bound.
Missing little Lou that badly?
You know I am.
Come on back, Sam. Lou misses you too.
All right. So that's a good little taste of Death Stranding, and I'm glad we pushed into it a little bit deeper. Yeah. Very cool. So I think that's a great place for us to stop. That's cool. So here's another cool little thing here. So La Madre was at Villa Libre, and we helped her out a little bit ago, if you remember correctly. And then she posts on the social media network inside of the game, talking about your impact and everything, and then the likes and reactions, and you can actually see like comments. See, like Noberto Puente, we just talked to him. It's kind of cool. So there's like a whole intertwined community that comes alive. These guys get access to the social network inside the game once they're put on the chiral network, and then they kind of all talk, and you can see conversations taking place and things like that. That kind of like flesh out the world. So very cool. But for now, I think we should call it there. So I'll save it, and the next time I play the game will be on stream. So I gotta make sure I don't number 107. Okay, these are the ones that are the end game. Here is the one I need to overwrite. I would hate to overwrite my my max game out. Sweet. So let's call it there, guys. I just want to say thank you so much for coming and hanging out. Let's see here. We'll go to the end screen. GG's, everybody. Nice Monday stream. We got into some Death Stranding. I'm super stoked to be hopping back into this game. I did stream it one other time prior to this, and I was a little hesitant to get in because there are those like long stretches of walking, and I like feel pressure to remain, like keep everything like fast twitch and entertaining, because that's what it feels like has to happen for streaming. But I do think that coming in here and experiencing it with everyone, I think it does merit second and third chances, just because there's just so many beautiful, mind-blowing moments in this game. And so thank you guys for hanging out while we do that and explore it a little bit. And yeah, we will see you throughout the week. I'm going to be streaming as per usual, you know, Tuesday through Friday. Saturday, I'm heading out of town, and I'm either going to have a week off completely, or I will, or I'm planning on, I'm going to be on a cruise. So maybe I'll go like IRL stream around. I'm sure that boat will get a little boring after a while. So I would imagine maybe I'll go live just to entertain myself. So we'll see. Maybe I'll stream from a boat and show you guys life on a cruise ship or something like that. I'm going to accompany my grandma. She likes cruises, and we had one of the older generation, my mom's generation, drop out last second. So I found out just recently that I'm going on a cruise. So we're gonna make it happen and have some fun. So I haven't decided if the internet's strong enough to support a stream without it being wildly annoying for everybody, and two, if I don't know. So I've been on a cruise like this before with the generation above me, and I had a lot of time to myself. So I would imagine I could just pop in for an hour and say, "Hey, look, there's the boat, there's the ocean." You know what I mean? We'll see. But yeah, until then, we'll focus on having a great stream Tuesday through Friday and go from there. One thing to look forward to, I am definitely picking up Ghost of Yotai, and I will be jumping into that the second it becomes available, which might mean a 9 p.m. PST start time stream, which is going to go over great in my house. So we'll figure it out. But Yotai's coming. I can't decide if I'm going to get Battlefield on the 10th. We got Arc Raiders coming down the line. October is going to be packed for new games, so get excited for some of that. Beyond that, I'm fleshing out all of the social media. If you haven't checked out the socials, check that out. I'm posting 5 times a day over there, clips from these streams. So there will be moments that you recognize, you might get mentioned, I might throw you up in there. And yeah, so I had some trolls last week, so I need to get some homies over on the social to combat if we ever have a troll attack again. We'll create some sort of battle situation if that happens ever again. But until then, well wishes to all, including my the enemies of Goop. And we'll see you guys on the next one. Deuce. Later, Lego, Captain, Ghost. Thank you guys so much for hanging out, dude. See you tomorrow, hopefully.